Hey guys, today I have 3 different locations I'm going to be taking you guys to in Vermilion, Ohio. 2 are haunted spots and 1 historical spot. The historical spot is the Simon Kenton stone at the Ritter Public Library, and then the other 2 spots is the Vermilion eastbound rest stop and the haunted Dean's Hollow Bridge. Stay tuned. So for our first stop, we are going to Vermilion Town Square here to check out the Ritter Public Library to find the locally famous Simon Kenton rock. So I believe it's in the back, so we're going to go ahead and take a walk to the back. Alright, so right on the side here, sitting all by its lonesome, the Simon Kenton stone. Now, for those of you that don't know, Simon Kenton was an American frontiersman who helped settle Ohio, Kentucky, and Virginia. He was born in 1755, and he passed away in 1836. So Simon Kenton was held captive by the Shawnee Indians for the entirety of the 1780s. So while he was in captivity, the Indians moved from southern Ohio all the way up to Lake Erie through the river trail. Now, it's said that he carved his name into this stone when he was on the west side of the Vermilion River. He knew blacksmithing and he had the tools necessary to pull off this carving. Now, the stone was originally found in the 1930s on Herman Rossman Farm in the wooded area. It was brought to the library here in 1970. Spelled out 1784 S. Kenton with a backwards N. Has definitely endured the Ohio weather over the years and has faded greatly. Other pictures online, you can see it is not as faded, even from 10-15 years ago, but just taking on the harsh elements, it's honestly surprising that you can still make out the lettering now from all the way back in 1784. Now, after his freedom, Kenton ended up becoming a general in the War of 1812. Kenton was also a friend of Daniel Boone and Isaac Shelby. He had traveled through many parts of Ohio and ended up spending his remaining days in Urbana. Again, this is just like a really cool spot to just take in a little bit of history, learn a little bit about our past and cherish this, because someday you won't be able to make out those letters at all. So the reason this area was used as a campsite for the American Indians during the Indian Wars is because its proximity to not only the lake but also the river. So you see this the outstretched pier here. If you go that way, the Vermilion River goes all the way down. And it also had this area had a great view of the entire coast. So as I was saying before, there's the pier, and this right here is all the Vermilion River. I mean, it goes all the way down, obviously, but this is where the Indians were camped close to for strategical reasons. And this obviously leads into Lake Erie. Alright guys, so we're here closing in on our next location, the Dean's Hollow Haunted Bridge. So we're turning right onto Dean Road right now. And this spot's only about 11 minutes away from the library, so not too bad at all. So it is a 1-lane bridge. This is a very secluded road. I know this bridge is on the Historic Places Registry. Oh, and this is like a steep decline right here. Wow. Okay, and then it's right around the bend up here. Alright, so right here, smack dab in the middle of one of Vermilion's oldest roads, the haunted Dean's Hollow Bridge, in its lovely green color. So here is the legend of the Dean's Hollow Bridge. It's said that a man committed suicide and hung himself off of the side of the bridge, and he went unnoticed for about a month. And the reason for this being is there is no riverside access. This 1-lane bridge is You just go through it, and you'd have to really go out of your way to like walk down, because it is just a very, very steep area. But his ghost has never left this bridge. It is said on certain nights you can see his ghost hanging off of the side of the bridge. Now, if you're one of the unfortunate souls who happens to see that, the legend goes you have only until midnight to live. How creepy is that? Alright, so we are just pulling into the westbound Vermilion State Route 2 rest stop. So this place already has a very creepy vibe before even getting into the story at all. Just imagine coming here at night and nobody else here. I would kind of feel a little bit scared. This is like just one of those spots that just has that weird vibe. So the reason why this place is considered to be haunted is in 1980, a woman was found shot in the head at one of these picnic tables with a pistol at her feet and her purse at her feet. And the only thing in her purse was a film container with some bills in it, no money, but a picture of a girl on a couch. Now, she was considered to be maybe a runaway, a prostitute, or just a traveler that had nothing with her. I mean, nobody knows. It's still a cold case to this day, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the picnic table right here. Okay, so this table right here is the exact table where she was found deceased. She was wearing a tracksuit, a blue tracksuit, and some running shoes from what I've heard. And people report seeing her figure, especially the blue tracksuit, on these grounds from time to time, and that's not an abnormal thing. Now, the other thing that is reported is that screams can be heard from inside the woman's restroom inside, but when you go in, there is nobody in there. So unfortunately, there is another tragedy that is linked to this particular rest stop. So in 2010, a man, I think he was 36 years old, Jeffrey Hamler, was found dead in this area, like right in the entrance of the restroom area. And I believe it was suicide as well. There's also reports that a woman threw herself off the cliff at the edge of the walking trail connected to this rest stop, and people hear her voices. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed seeing these couple spots in Vermilion, Ohio with me. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, there was no cemetery in this city that's haunted, and there is. Maple Grove Cemetery is considered to be haunted. But the reason I didn't decide to go is they removed the whole part that made it haunted. They had an angel statue over this grave, and the grave was haunted, but they removed the angel statue, and I don't think they ever put it back up. So I didn't think that was really worth a trip, in my opinion. But like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.